guys, welcome to today's video. It's just quite a simple video with inaudible and fast whispers, but I quickly want to talk about Surfshark VPN, which this video is proudly sponsored by. It won't take too much of your time, but please do try and listen, as I think it's really important and interesting. So if you use the code in the description this month, you get 83% off and 3 months free. A VPN allows for encryption of your personal information and data. For example, it can protect you from identity theft using alerts after a breach password or email, for example. It can be really helpful when traveling, as it saves on data roaming when the VPN is on, and it can protect you from data thieves when you use public Wi-Fi, such as people who try and retrieve your bank card information. Another awesome feature I'll quickly mention is that Surfshark VPN can help protect you from invasive ads that are targeted towards you using your online data history, which I find really icky, and is a great reason why I do like using a VPN. I hate targeted ads. There's a private search tool that comes with Surfshark called Blind Search. It's in the app and it has absolutely no tracking or ads. It's really simple, and I actually use it all the time. I feel more at ease using this type of search tool, and as always it can be used on unlimited devices, and Surfshark VPN has 24/7 support. I came across another feature recently called multi-hop, which I found really interesting, and it has some truly helpful benefits that go far beyond our normal day-to-day internet issues. You can do some research on it if you like, but I will talk about it in the next video, as I don't really want to hold you too long. But to conclude, please do consider getting a VPN. It's really important to protect yourself in this day and age, and I really recommend Surfshark VPN. Don't forget to use the code in the description, and thank you for listening, and also thank you to Surfshark. Right behind me, but it's usually making a mirror because I usually film on that side of the room. That side, you know that side, or do you don't know that side? This is okay. So I just will keep this video short. It's gonna be a minute because I thought that might be nice and a bit for me. Dave's on Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what it is like to be busy? You know what it is like to be busy? Hey, make sure you're listening to me though. Please make sure you're listening to me though. Please just make sure you're listening to me though. I hope that you're listening, because there's a lot to talk about today. Someone else not really loaded that much too much. I can just go. First of all, if you think it's a bit too long, right now, so blah. There was blah. Okay, there's a rainstorm outside, so I have to shut my shutters, which is so freaking annoying because I'm late and I don't want to move right now. Should I wait it out? Let's see if it happens again. Blah. I'm so lazy. La. I can see what can I see in the room. Let's play I Spy with my little eye that I can see a kitchen and the lights are on. I can see peanut butter and I can see jam and I can see nuts in a cup and I can see sweet corn. I'm having just sweet corn for dinner. Shush. I hope the mic. Anyways, I can see. Okay, I can see a book. But don't tell anyone. Yeah, so I'll do some script. I'm massaging I'm massaging very aggressively. Now I'm gonna put this on the floor. I can see that, and I can see that. I love this. So what does happen here is I accidentally put my microphone on mute, so the next 40 minutes of footage does not have sound. Anyways, it doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna voice over this now. So what I'm showing you in this picture is a postcard I found of, two friends lying in the sun next to the ocean, staring into the sky, and I just love it so much. It makes me feel so warm and fuzzy, and I know that feeling so well, and it's just I really love that. I really love that postcard so much. It makes me feel so nice. So I'm so good with that, or maybe it's a good thing I'm sure with the traffic is so evidentially. Like, why would they do that? Doesn't make sense with the scratchy. I hope the cost doesn't quite annoy you outside with. Should I do that the nature of death and that if only be steadily contemplated, and the fantasies researched with the be mentally dissected, will succumb to the thought of no more than creation is a part of justice, and that men are not intentional evildoers. Think of the myriad enmities, suspicions, animosities, and conflicts that are now vanished with the dust and ashes of the men who knew them, and fret no more. Is it still your allotted portion of the universe that chafes you? Recall once again the dilemma. If not a wise providence, then a mere jumble of atoms, and consider the profusion of evidence that this world is as it were as do the ills of the body afflict you. Reflect what the mind has to be detached itself and apprehend itself at the pulse of no longer involved with the movement of the breath, whether of it be smooth or rough. Oh my god, Lamborghini, pala. Ferrero Rocher. Yes, exactement. Carrément. Bien sûr. My thanks, okay, ok, come mascarine, такого мені кози, такого мені чуно, кночем, адult, film til чай, плюшовані парті, шум чат, бо штен режим, гараж, ні контриш. You see that line? It's just really good. Makes sense. He seemed to give way and she fell to the ground. She writhed. This one is prepared to really composed the fact that she had like an even in the window when you ring down in a voice which I know never ring out on my gun. Something else which made him on the end. Doctor's from the pet composed. It was a fresh start calling loudly for my stepfather. I met him hasting for mystery. But it was a really depressing. It was when he reached to my sister. She was a conscious and she pulled a thread and from her, and it was difficult with all the villages in the air. They were in pain with the slowly stacking down without having one cup of contact. Such as a dreadful lemons and one moment and I'm so sure about this hair. Yeah, low whistle. My sister described it a few peps of it dainty, clashing with my sister's door was unlocked and revolted. It was the band, the speckled band. There was something else which you could have been. And she stopped with her finger into the other direction of the doctor's room but rushed out calling loudly for my stepfather. The dress she was in her nightdress in her right hand with a child's stump of a match in her left matchbox, showing that she had struck a light. And the clock to place that's important. What conclusions would she have made? Otherwise, it just doesn't really make sense. Other than that, why would she have done that? The tip was guarded by a disc of a fork when he found her beside the body, and the inspector's wife tells us that the knife had laid upon. Did he lay upon? What do you think? Did he lay upon it? I don't know. What are you thinking? Did he? Let's ask our friend. Let's ask. Did you think so? I would actually think that was an anomalous case, but we should have so we shall do all that as possible. The very single and eyes that are lifting it and examining it minutely. I presume that is the one which was found in the man's grasp and where which means shares are no good. Survey the circling stars as though yourself were in the mid-course with them. Hey, are you listening? Hey, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm touching your ear and I'm talking to you, and I'm touching your head and I'm talking to you, and I'm scratching your head and I'm talking to you, and I'm just looking into my eyes, fix on the goal. Where do you need? Look into my eyes. Tell me, what face am I making? What face do you think I'm making? Oh, yeah. Can I play with your hair? What type of hair do you have? Oh, nice texture. It's very good. The constitutional and rational being should make it again. With a position but the reason that was my serious trade course on and past with these three principles and be sure to complement and take it as you've done today in your love's history sentence henceforth regard with for it mid-course with them often picture the chaining recharging dance of the elements vision in this card purging away the dross of our earth and life decoming accomplished to accord that with reason with men share because there's nothing to fear where the chance of service itself by some action that we go smoothly with joy to yourself or master reason ask no more than just act closely in their reach which you can't keep your eyes as a unit. Your whole is believed, therefore you have your extra step to complete your social life in the ocean which is not related to either directly to my will like your own mind, your mind, and the universe, you know. Another dimension which just the universal little world, not that is before your eyes will not be of pressure. Did you get that? You must learn to read. When you learn to read, was it green, yellow, anything of the sort? No. Okay. Well, you don't really have to make it that way, yes. It's usually goes above and beyond. Above and beyond certain things, yes, I may not have to say that. Yes. Babe, get up. Babe. What's your name? Oh, what's the other person's name? Oh, yeah. And what's my name? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And why did we? Oh, yeah. I don't really feel like good at the bill. I need to talk out loud because it's not usually I don't know, it's just not usually something that I think about, and not something that I really want to be many people to know about because it's all bad thoughts, isn't it? Most of the time, yes, it's all bad ones, but it's not something that should be dwelled on, you know. So, yeah, like the toilet thing, then but when people can't even like it either because I'm just so afraid, and then there's that on the way, which means I'm not going to do anything. I mean, I did something like a film last night. I did some such a interaction, and then I looked at some of this and some of this. Okay, so I took a step by step. I always used to laugh at that sort of stuff when I was younger. I used to think, oh, what's simple? No, that doesn't help anyone. But now I'm like, wow, that really repeating that to myself as actually helping me so much. I not hate myself for the shaming code and other stuff like that, which I've discussed with another member of the ASMR community. But I said that yes, that's what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Yes, that's what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's made of paper. And it's made of other stuff. Professionally paper. What do you think? Yes, many would care to say that it wasn't made of paper, but I don't believe it. It's something that many of us don't really talk about, but I think that black looks like a chase fancy, curb impulse, quench desire, let sovereign reason have the mastery. Everything bears fruit, man, God, the whole universe, each in its proper season, no matter how, no matter that the phrase is restricted in common use defines. And wait, I think I'm gonna get a knock at the door in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it gonna be a knock? No. Anyways. Everything bears fruit, man, God, the whole universe, each in its proper season. No matter that the phrase is restricted in common use defines and such like. Reason too yields fruit both for itself and for the world, since from it comes a harvest of other good things, themselves all bearing the stamp of reason. Work yourself hard, but not as if you were being made a victim, and not with any desire for sympathy or admiration. Desire one thing alone, that your actions or inactions alike should be worthy of a reasoning citizen. Today I've got myself out of all my perplexities, or rather I've got the perplexities out of myself, for they were not without but within. Everything is banal in experience, fleeting in duration, sordid in content, in all respects the same. Today's generation, now dead and buried, have found it to be. What an interesting word, sordid, sordid. Oh, I have a very interesting one that I wanted to put the other day, but I forgot what it was called. Darn it. I forgot what the word was called. Flick. Envy and temptation. Blah, 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 blah. I'm touching you. I'm behind you. Hey, I'm behind you. Hey, I'm behind you. Hey, I'm behind you. No, wait, I'm in front of you. Hey, no, what is wrong? I'm in front of you. It confuses me sometimes, but I don't understand. And I just want to go ahead and look at the purple. What was it? Oh, that sandalwood spray. Wow, oh my god, it does smell amazing. But it reminds me of something, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. Lately I've been doing the right thing, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, baby steps with the cup and the yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, but it's not pleasurable to do so. I mean, many people say so, and I'm not exactly the one to say that I wouldn't do that, but it doesn't matter. And it has the oxidants have there's a bottle and it has manganese in it. Actually, I can read it to you if you want me to read it to you. It's vitamin E 2.4 milligrams, vitamin C 16 milligrams, zinc 1 milligram, manganese 0.16 milligrams. You don't need a lot of that. Selenium 11 micrograms, or whatever the frick that's called. 23, 13, and 10, which is what you do with the other ones. But in the pencil case, there's not a lot, you know. There's not a lot in the pencil case, but it's pretty normal. I think it's pretty normal to not have a lot in the pencil case. What do you think? I'm not exactly sure. I've been trying to figure things out and understand, but it doesn't make sense. I'm just trying really hard, and everything's very difficult. And it's a long process, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to get there. But what is said and what is not done and what is not done. But it's a process. I'm trying. I'm really trying. With the fasting I started today. Until what? With a little history. It's a little history of the world. Talk to me. Tell me what you're feeling. What's in your mind right now? What's in your mind? Tell me what you're feeling. What's in your head? What's in your mind? What's in your thoughts? What's in your conscious? What's in your subconscious? What's in your amygdala? Amygdala shivers nights. It's a lovely thing. It's a shivers nights for 3 long years as he journeyed back and forth across the desert. He reflected the experience and again opened to offend his body when those areas had gone by, and another mission once again. The archangel came from it before him in a place of heavenly light beside him with me. Then he ran over like a blink, born on the mountains where I'm covered him with his cloak, and as he lay there, he heard his voice rise and give warning with his command and honor that God. Have you ever watched a storm? Have you ever watched a storm, hey? Have you ever watched a storm? I don't know where you're from. Where are you from? I didn't quite catch that. Where are you from? Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to ask you that. Have you ever watched a storm approaching on a hot summer's day? It's especially spectacular in the mountains. At first, there's nothing there to see, but you feel a sort of wariness that tells you something is in the air. Then you hear thunder, just a rumble here and there. You can't quite tell where it's coming from. All of a sudden, the mountain seems strangely near. There isn't a breath of wind, yet dense clouds pile up in the sky, and now the mountains have almost vanished behind a wall of haze. Clouds rush in from all sides, but still there's no wind. There's more thunder now, and everything around looks eerie and menacing. You wait and wait, and then suddenly it erupts. At first, it's almost a release. The storm descends into the valley. There's thunder and lightning everywhere. The rain clatters down in huge drops. The storm is trapped in the narrow cleft of the valley, and thunderclaps echo and reverberate off the steep mountainsides. The wind buffets you from every angle, and when the storm finally moves away, leaving in its place a clear, still, starlit night, you can hardly remember where those thunderclouds were, let alone which thundercloud belonged to which flash of lightning. It's weird, isn't it? I'm sorry about the corridor people. What the flipping corridor people? With that, like, I'm just gonna massage my clavicles. Can you hear that? That's me massaging my clavicles. Yeah, really. Yeah, that's me massaging my clavicles for sure. That's me massaging my clavicles. Yeah, that's me massaging my clavicles. And that's me hitting my clavicles. Not very hard, don't worry. Don't worry, stop worrying. It's not very hard. I'm not doing it very hard. No, I promise. Exactly, yeah. I'm just massaging and scratching my skin now. Can you hear that? Can I massage and scratch your skin? Is that okay if I massage and scratch your skin? Is that okay? Yummy, oh my god, that's in my tummy. Yes, it's not a real no, it's faux. Oh my god, what did I eat today? Okay, so I ate some green leaves, okay, with a sliced boiled egg on top, and some chia seeds, and some lightly fried green beans, and what else was on top of it? Oh my god, I'm forgetting. And some vinaigrette, and some pita bread, and what else did I eat? Frick, I don't even remember what was on the plate. What the frick, I don't even remember what was on the plate. And a green tomato. What else was on the plate? I don't know. Some spring onions, and what else? I don't even remember, for frick's sake. And I had some coffee, which I'm not actually used to drinking coffee lately, so maybe some garlic. What the frick? Beetroot, exactly, yes. And these very fine Fargo unbeknownst. No, I would never do that. Why would you do that? Class. Or is it, it doesn't, yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them, I think it's one of them. Yeah, it's one of them, I think it's one of them. With the 3 months and the bits and the stuff with the Uno, collect it, Uno, please collect it. Why wouldn't you collect it? I told you to. I asked you, if anything, yes, I asked you to collect it, and you didn't.